Morning or night person?
Night. Peanut butter. Creamy or crunchy?
Crunchy. Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars. Stick or automatic?
Stick. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Comedy or drama?
Comedy. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate. No, actually vanilla. Tell the truth.
John, if you were starting college today, what would you do differently?
I'd go to more classes. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to study and was thinking about, well, how do I put my schedule for this semester together? No grand plan.
John, what brought you into higher education?
Well, I signed up for psychology and fell in love with the discipline. The faculty member, he offered me an opportunity to go into his laboratory and assist him with some of the research he was doing. Turned my life around. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be like him. And I think that's so often the case when you get students who have a sense that they want to do something that'll make a difference, but they're not sure exactly how to get there. They find a role model who's done it, and they emulate that role model, and it makes a world of difference in their lives. The question we hear today, what is the real value of higher education, and why would anyone go to all of the trouble and expense to earn a degree?
I think the real value is the people that you meet, the way that others challenge the way that you think from their own experiences. You know, it's not just the learning of the skills, it's really learning how to think that I think is the real value of higher education. And I think that's it. It's that credential of knowing that you've pursued, you've been tested, and you've learned in a disciplined way to think. Why would I choose UCF? What would you say?
Well, of course, there are many great reasons why a student would choose UCF over a host of other institutions. The breadth of programs we have, the depth of learning that can come out of having all that scope to our knowledge and efforts.
You know, I'm thinking about my own kids, and when they went on college visits, went to several different universities, and one of the things that our son found is that size had its advantages, and it had its advantages in diversity. By that I mean diversity of disciplines. You know, it wasn't just focused on medicine or just focused on business. And I think from a diversity point of view at UCF, no matter who you are, you will probably find a group of people like you. You will probably also have a best friend that is totally different from you. I learned that some of the most robust decisions, although they may take a while, are decisions where everybody has the ability to speak freely, to challenge each other.
No question that if you have an institutional culture where everybody's opinion is welcome and valued, very powerful early life lesson.
Yeah. President Hitt, during your time as president here at UCF, what are the accomplishments that you're most proud of?
Well, President Whittaker. I am most proud, I think, of the work that we did as a team to get our medical college approved. And no one gave us a chance. At UCF, we turned the impossible into the inevitable.
John, you've built this presidency, your presidency, on partnerships. What does it mean to you to be a good partner?
Partnerships are a little bit like personal relationships. Marriages might be a good example. You find a situation where both parties realize that at times they give up something that's important to them to get something that's important to the other partner and to that joint effort. It builds the joint effort. What do you think the challenges are that you'll see in the immediate future, and how are you going to tackle them?
One of the challenges is the belief in the quality and the value of higher education. A real opportunity is our obligation to grow with this community's need for higher education. We're adding, here in Central Florida, 1,000 people a week. I think that one of the challenges will be continuing to meet that need with quality that is possible.
And to hear how this university has helped so many people, more than they ever dreamed they could be. Dale, when you think about where society is going, what do you think will be the future of higher education?
As we think about a knowledge economy, and as we think about what has moved the United States forward in the past through innovation, number one, and two, bringing more people into important roles in the workforce, our way forward is through talent and ideas, I believe. And that's what higher education was really created to do. It's what we really specialize in.
Well, and the great thing there is we know that we're not fully utilizing all of the talent that's available to us. If we look at the lives of students who come from less advantaged families, they are not getting the degrees at anywhere near the pace that students coming from more affluent homes. So there's room for a big improvement in our production of degrees if we fashion our programs appropriately.
And John, one of the things I've heard you say, and I totally subscribe to, is that intelligence is not concentrated by income in the United States or talent. Yeah. So we have a lot of opportunity to engage talent in this community and in this country. I do believe, John, that there is a possibility that we will be Florida's preeminent university for this century. And it may be soon, it may be longer, but I believe it's almost inevitable as long as we do a good job of constantly improving, constantly focusing on the students, on learning, on the quality of our ideas, the quality of work. So continuing to focus on excellence.
I can't tell you the number of students who've sought me out to tell me what their education at UCF has meant to them.
I'm looking forward to hearing the stories of our students that know where they want to go and where they've come from.
Nothing is any better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. What I love about UCF is that these students are still creating traditions. They aren't living by 100-year-old traditions or bound by those, but I've got to say my favorite so far is Spirit Splash.
Yeah.
Everybody coming together and the energy and the fun.
What's it going to take to get you to jump in and be part of that grand event?
Probably a good shove.
Well, yeah. Dale, I'm curious, whom do you go to for advice?
My wife is a very wise person. I seek her input a lot.
Well, I'm not surprised to hear you say that. I've been married to Martha now for, 55, 56 years. And the one thing I've learned is she's pretty quiet about her feelings, but if she expresses an attitude, good or bad, I listen to it very carefully.
It's one to listen to, yeah. I would ask you directly, if Dale Whittaker comes up on the caller ID, are you going to answer it?
Of course. You're welcome to anything you want to ask for, but I don't think you need a lot of help from me. You're well prepared.
Well, thank you.
Anything I can do to help you, I'll be happy to.
That was perfect. Let's move on.
We go home now?
Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.